So guys, today I wanted to do a type of video that it's been a while since I've done the last, but eventually people like to see this type of content because we have a lot of new players in War Thunder, right? So basically today we're gonna continue the guide videos that I do with the GPS guided systems, the GPS guided ammunitions or bombs, more or less, right? So today we're gonna show to you how they work, how to use them, and the types that we have in the game and the differences between them, okay? So these videos, they don't get a lot of attention at start, but eventually a lot of people want to see this type of content to know how everything works, okay? So first of all, how do they work? Basically, it's very simple, okay? You have a pinpoint location where you want to drop a bomb, and the bomb will go there. So for example, here, we will talk about the buttons and everything later. So I just want this bomb to go there. I'm gonna make sure that I miss it completely there, and you will see that it's trying to guide itself going to the pinpoint location of the AA system that I located. That's how these bombs will work, okay? You're gonna pinpoint a location and the bomb will go there. What are the pros and cons of these bombs? Well, the pros is that they're very cheap to spawn in, and of course in a ground match, and of course they are fire and forget. You can basically choose as many targets you want over here, 1, 2, 3, and they will go to, for example, in this case, 3 different targets without the need of a laser, without the need of anything. They will go to that pinpoint location where you drop the bomb on. The cons is that you cannot change normally these locations after you drop the bomb, which means that you will miss targets that are moving, and that can be kind of annoying and of course kind of useless sometimes, but it is very cheap to spawn in, so it can be useful, okay? So how do you use them? Well, you have to have some buttons over here configured. Of course, buttons to drop the bomb, to change between, weapons. So for example, I use the secondary kind of situation over here. So I have a button to change between the secondary weapons, and then one button to fire the secondary weapon. So I choose between them, and then I fire the one that I want. So for example, it will be space for me to fire all of them, but I can change between them to choose whatever I want to fire. Okay, so of course you have to have something like this to choose and have a way of dropping these bombs. Okay, the second thing that you have to have, and it's very simple, a site stabilization and disable site stabilization. That's pretty much what it is. It is sometimes good to have the switch mission bombing target, but it's more useful to have disable site stabilization. So what this will work, it's basically create the point in the map where you want the bomb to hit. So for example, I have these 2 buttons, one of them to put the point down, the site stabilization, and the other one to remove it. And if you click a lot of them, over and over, the site stabilization one, it will change for whatever your mouse is pointing to. So for example, if I change to that, it will go to whatever the point I want. I can have the base button that I talked about, so you can have these, for example, where is it? I forgot, where is it? Yeah, here, switch mission bombing target, and it will cyclic between the bases. So for example here, you will cyclic between the pinpoint locations of bases, or you can even use the map as well. The map now has this feature where you click here, you can choose a zoom in, and then you pinpoint a location. For example, I want to try to destroy these tanks, and it will create a location right there. It's less precise, but it still works, okay? And it's pretty good in the long range kind of situations with this type of weapon. And how do they work? Well, again, the first thing is to pinpoint a location. So you need to have the buttons to pinpoint a site stabilization, So for example here, I pointed to that SAM, and then that's it. You're gonna just drop the bomb. That's it. You pinpoint where you want the bomb to be dropped, and it will go there. That is just it. It doesn't get more simple than that, doesn't it? It's the easiest bomb to use. Of course, it has a very specific way of using, but that's pretty much what it is. So again, one more time, before we get to the types of bombs, you're gonna choose a target that you want. You can lock at them up if you want to, or you can just you know, drop as many as you want just aiming on them. You can lock them and then drop the bomb. It doesn't matter. They will go whatever place you clicked to the bomb to go. So as you see, you don't need to keep a laser on, you don't need anything. It will just go there. Okay? And that's pretty much the basic features of these bombs. You just pinpoint to whatever place you want to drop the bomb, and then that's it. Okay, but we have multiple types of these bombs and they differ a little bit. For example, these are the normal ones. So the Americans, for example, they use the JDAM. The Russians in this type of bomb, they have the CAB 500S, for example, which is where is it? There's so many bombs over here, but yeah, the CAB 500S, as you see right there. You have the UPOBs. You have many bombs like this in the game, different types of JDAMs, but they're basically that they don't have propulsion, only a normal bomb with this guidance system. You can know that they are guided by that when you pass the mouse over the bomb, and it will say guidance GNSS. Okay, so global navigation satellite system, I think it's called. So yeah, that's it, right? But then we have two types of other bombs that are GPS guided as well. The first one is a glide bomb, and many nations have these. So here they are. They work in a similar manner. You can just pinpoint whenever you want to drop the bomb. And by the way, you don't need a targeting system to do that. You can do this with a third like camera kind of situation. You can just pinpoint there whenever you point. And when you drop the bomb, it will basically have wings and a gliding system to make it go further. So it doesn't have a propulsion, but it will go further. A lot of nations have these bombs, and for example, this is the GBU-39. So these are glide bombs. They can do very, very long range. They can be dropped by numbers if you want to, like this, and they will all guide themselves to the point that I chose, okay? Which can be kind of a cluster bomb kind of, you know, function over here with GPS guided. So you can just have an area of effect weapon, right? So they go very, 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 very far, but they still don't have propulsion. You can get these things in most scenarios 20, 30 kilometers, all depends on the speed, the altitude that you are dropping them. But they're gonna climb and maintain the altitude and fly as long as they can, okay? A lot of nations have these. So for example, the Grom 2 of the Su-34, we have the UPOBs over here, UPOB 500, UPOB 1500, let me find it like this. We have even the FOB 3000, which is that one in the middle, which is a very big one. Let me test it for you if you haven't seen this thing flying. So you're just gonna do the same. You drop the bomb. It's a FOB 3000 that will have wings, and it will guide itself for the point that you chose. It will use the GPS guidance system to get there. The Chinese have the LS bombs, so a lot of countries have these bombs, okay? This is the second type. And the third and final type of GPS guided bomb, it is basically a mix of everything. So if you go to, for example, the laser JDAM that we have here, the GBU-54B on the German Tornado, you will see that this bomb is guided by laser, MatAWG, which is an inertial navigation system, and the GNSS, the global navigation satellite system. I think that's what the name is, right? And basically you will have the guidance that you want. So let's test it out to finish up the video. So here is the idea, is that you can do whatever you want, basically, right? So if you want to use this thing as GPS guided bomb, to just drop bombs and they will guide themselves by GPS. I think I kind of overshot it a little bit, or a lot actually, but it will work, I think. Yeah, I think it work. It can be worked. So again, I mean, it will hit those targets, it will hit these targets, hit at every single target that I wanted it to hit. But if you want, for example, to hit a moving target, you can as well. Or if you want to choose a different target that you fired at first, right? So for example, here, I'm gonna try to get that target that it's supposed to be moving. Let's see. Is it moving? Yeah, it's moving, right? So a GPS bomb, if I just drop it right on next to him, the bomb will drop in this place. For example, if I click it right here, the bomb will go to the place that I pointed to. But if I... oh, it's moving. I will turn the laser on and maintain it there. I can even lock it up. The bomb will turn its on, the laser seeker on, and it will go to that target. So basically here, it will kind of miss because of the tree, but you get the idea, right? The bomb will pretty much just use GPS guidance when it's available, and then if it sees a laser there, it will go to the laser. So for moving targets that can work, or for example, if you want to choose a different target. So here, for example, I can just let me just go a little bit. I'm gonna lock on this target. The laser is off, right? But oh wait, I don't want this. This target is dead in a real battle. Let me get this one and I will lock it up. So it will guide itself by GPS for as long as it can, but once it sees a laser designation, it will go to that laser designation. It will not have energy here, but you see that it's going there, right? So it's the best of every world in terms of bombs, okay? And that's pretty much it. A very simple bomb to use, but it has a little bit of a learning curve for you to get the idea from. And yeah, basically this is it. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye guys, see you.